Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amira Farihah Binti Zulkifli and my matrix number is 1202399. I will give an overview about IOI Group Berhad. IOI Group Berhad is a global leader in integrated and sustainable palm oil. On 28 April 2020, IOI has made a statement that said the palm oil industry includes upstream cultivation in both Malaysia and Indonesia, as well as downstream resource-based manufacturing. IOI is recognized highly as one of the most efficient big plantation owners, producing one of the greatest oil yields in business. Next, the Board of Directors of IOI Group Berhad. There are 4 positions of directors, which are Non-Independent Non-Executive Director, which is held by Lee Yao Seng. Next, Independent Non-Executive Director, Tan Sri Peter Chin Fah Kui, Tan Sri Dr. Rahmat Binti Yusof, Datuk Karunakaran alias Karunakaran, Chiah Teck Kwang, and Dr. Nesadurai Kalaniti. And for the 3rd position and 4th position, which are Executive Director and Managing Director, this position was held by Datuk Lee Yao Chor.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Filza Binti Farid. My number matric is 12023 at 6. Okay, the analysis that I get from the annual report is the financial statement audited by BDO Malaysia. BDO Malaysia is a member company of BDO International, the world's 5th biggest network of professional companies, offering audit and assurance, advice and tax services to business ranging from established global corporation to growth-oriented organization, both public and private. Secondly, what classes of capital share has the company issued? There are 3: share capital, treasury share, and reserve. Thank you.
The company issued 160 ordinary shares for cash at RM4.42 per ordinary shares under the company's executive share option scheme (ESOS). Company repurchased 18,220,000 of its ordinary shares from the open market. The average price paid for the ordinary shares repurchased was RM3.74 per ordinary shares. On 12 October 2016, company offered a total 19,537,500 shares option at price of RM4.42 per ordinary shares to eligible persons accordance with the bylaws of the ESOS, out of which 18,772,500 shares options were accepted by the eligible person. As at 30 June 2020, the number of outstanding shares option was 12,771,000. On 6 March 2019, company offered a total 6,530,000 share options at an option price of the RM5.50 per ordinary shares to the eligible persons accordance with the bylaw ESOS, out of which 5,570 share options were accepted by the eligible persons. As at 30 June 2020, the number of outstanding share options was 5,740,000. The basic earning per ordinary shares of the group is calculated based on profit for the financial year attributable to owner to the parent divided by a weighted average number of ordinary shares is in issue during the financial year. In 2020 is 9.57 and 2021 is 22.26. Okay, thank you.
How many shares are held as treasury share by the company? In 1st July 2020, number of shares is 80,220,000, which is equivalent to 68,100,000 ringgit Malaysia. Number of shares purchased during the financial year is 80,205,300, which is equivalent to 73,100,000 ringgit. At the end of the financial year, number of shares is 36,425,300, which is equivalent to 141,200,000 ringgit Malaysia. What amount, if any, did the company declare in dividends on ordinary share in the current year ended? For IOI Group, dividends on ordinary share is single tier interim dividend for the financial year ended 30 June 2021. Value for each share is 4.5 sen and paid on 19 March 2021. The total dividend recognized during the financial year ended 30 June 2021 is 281,800,000 ringgit Malaysia.
Retained earning, also known as profit surplus, and indicate the money left over by the company's management for reinvestment back into the firm. So what are the company's retained earnings? IOI Group's retained earnings for the financial year ended 30 June 2020 is 8,469 million ringgit Malaysia. This amount has been decreased from the previous year by 7.9 million ringgit Malaysia.
For cash flow, first question is what was the amount of net cash provided by operating activities for the current year ended? Because of losses, the amount of net cash used in operating activities for the year ended stated in the IOI Group statement of cash flows is 12 million ringgit Malaysia. And for the second question is, what was the amount of increase or decrease in cash and cash equivalents for the current year ended? Net decrease in cash and cash equivalents is 80,600,000 ringgit Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nabilah Binti Zulkifli and my metric number is 120237C. Okay, the next thing is about what was the net outflow or inflow of cash from investing activities for the current year ended. The table shows the cash flows from investing activities in IOI Corporation Berhad. It shows that there is cash inflow which balance 591 ringgit. Okay, next. The following is the calculation of net cash inflow from investing activities. The total of net cash inflow provided by investing activities in IOI Corporation Berhad Statement of Cash Flows is 1,251.80 sen. Then we look for the reason for a negative cash flow and how to fix it. The one dominant reason is that generating low profit. There may be several reasons why businesses are not generating high profit. Their sale and marketing business are not functioning well. Low productivity of their employees. They are not charging enough for their product. Their ordering and delivery process need improvement, and their spending are high and uncontrolled. To feed them, the business need to brighten up their marketing effort. Maybe it is time to renew their website, product catalog, or social media campaign. The business may also consider participating in trade shows. Events like these are a great platform where it can showcase its products and acquire new potential customers. Besides that, excessive investment. Investment ultimately drain away from the fund and give a negative cash flow to the company. To fix it, it is usually a good idea to keep a list of must-have and nice-to-have that the business can check regularly, so that when it has plenty of cash, the business can know exactly what it needs to spend to keep the business growing. Moreover, poor financial planning. Essentially, failure to plan investment expenses and strategy to overcome all the cash outflow through sale and investment. To fix it, the business need to set up balance sheet, income statement, cash flow statement, and cash flow forecast. In last, the obvious reason is product pricing is too high or too low. To fix it, the business need to keep their product price competitive. Make sure they are not too low or too high to ensure that they always have enough cash to enter. It would be better if they could set different price for different retail customer. Consider setting up introductory offer for new customers or offering lower price to major customer when they order more products.
In conclusion, IOI Group's risk management and internal control system was sufficient in effectiveness. Plus, Group Managing Director and Chief Executive as well as Group Chief Financial Officer always expecting that the group's risk management and internal control system to work appropriately and effectively in all key elements. Last but not least, there were no substantial control failures or adverse compliance incidents that resulted in a material loss to the group during the fiscal year under review. So that's all from us. Thank you.